Power utility Eskom has 3 labor unions that represent workers in the company. The National Union of Mineworkers, the NUM, represent a majority of Eskom workers at 15,000 and is demanding a 15% salary increase. Spokesperson Livuwani Mamburu says the major concern now is how Eskom is approaching the negotiations following its unbundling into generation, transmission and distribution.
The National Union of Mineworkers is firm on its demand for a 15% wage increase for Eskom employees, a figure justified by high costs of living. We stand in solidarity with other unions that are organizing at Eskom in demanding that negotiations remain within the central bargaining forum. Eskom and government must understand that the unbundling of Eskom must not be used to unbundle workers' unity and collective bargaining rights.
Eskom has proposed that the 3 entities establish their own union recognition agreements. Trade Union Solidarity's Gideon Duplessis says the move goes against collective bargaining and will frustrate wage talks at Eskom. Solidarity is demanding a 10% or CPI plus 4% salary increase for their members.
First of all, there is that element of distrust, from our side, and we believe that Eskom wants to decentralize the wage negotiations and the recognition agreements because in that way they can basically dilute the power of the trade unions so it doesn't happen at a central level, and that's why we are also fighting against it, but it doesn't make business sense because you've got one holding company giving the mandate for a wage negotiation. And our experiences in companies with a similar setup is that doesn't matter where you do the negotiation and which subsidiary, in the end, the wage increase will remain exactly the same. So it doesn't also make sense to negotiate different conditions of service if there is a lot of mobility of employees currently between the different business units, and it will continue in future.
Labour expert Patrick Deal says decentralizing of the bargaining structure could see 3 separate bargaining units for Eskom divisions with legal implications in a move that could stall wage negotiations if there's no agreement between the parties.
Eskom would like the reverse. They would like to have 3 negotiations with 3 sets of employees and union representatives. So that is most likely to cause a difference of opinion and maybe even a dispute. And the second part of what you're asking, what are the legal implications of that? If it does, if the difference of opinion in what the bargaining structure should be, 1 bargaining unit or 3, then the parties, and Eskom insists on having 3, that issue can go to court or the unions could declare a dispute.
The unions will sit with Eskom between the 12th and the 14th of November at the National Bargaining Forum with the issue top of the agenda for labour unions. Eskom spokesperson Daphne Mukwena says the company is committed to a fair and transparent process.
While proposals have been tabled, the details of the process will only be shared at the appropriate time. It's important to clarify that the process is not decentralized. The unbundled entity, NTCSA, continues to operate under the same recognition agreement and related collective agreements until a new agreement is negotiated in due course.
The current 3-year wage agreement of 7% is set to expire in June 2026. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Johannesburg.